Welcome to the Late Show. Welcome to the Late Show. I'm your host, Stephen Colbert. Folks, our thoughts are with the people of the big island of Hawaii. We hope everybody stays safe because there's trouble in paradise. The Kilauea volcano has been spewing lava all weekend. Luckily, nobody is hurt, okay? Kids, this is why you pretend the floor is lava when you're a child. It's all a practice drill. You got to get from the couch to the dresser to the bedside table to the door, then out into the hallway without touching the floor, okay? It's serious. Tell mom and dad, it's serious stuff. Now, this is some scary stuff. Just check out this footage of the lava flow completely consuming a car parked by the highway. That one is going to be tough to explain to the rental office. Okay, on the forms, we indicated there was a slight scratch on the passenger side door when you picked it up, and now it looks like the car is encased in 20 tons of igneous rock. Oh, but you paid for the extra insurance, so you're good to go. Speaking of natural disasters, Rudy Giuliani. Trump's new lawyer and Bat Boy's grandfather has been everywhere, saying everything in no particular order. First, he told Sean Hannity that Trump, despite repeated denials, had in fact reimbursed Michael Cohen the $130,000 Cohen paid to Stormy Daniels. Trump backed that up on Twitter and then had a tweet retweet and claimed Giuliani had just a momentary oops-a-truthy.
He started yesterday. He'll get his facts straight.
Yeah, well, that's just Rudy Giuliani using a classic legal strategy. Step one, go on every TV show known to man. Step two, learn the facts of your case. On Sunday, Giuliani sat down with George Stephanopoulos to explain that when he said that Trump had reimbursed Cohen, he didn't know what he was talking about.
This is more rumor than it is anything else.
Well, that's what you said. You said that to BuzzFeed.
But here's the well, yeah. I mean, that's one of the possibilities and one of the rumors. The reality is...
You stated it as fact.
Well, maybe I did, but right now I'm at the point where I'm learning, and I can't prove that. I can just say it's rumor. I don't know. How do you separate fact and opinion?
He's right. He's right. No, it can be very hard to separate fact and opinion. For instance, it's my opinion that he is clearly lying, but that's also a fact. And where's the church? Where's the people? I don't know. Rudy was so all over the place that Stephanopoulos couldn't even confirm that Trump and Stormy Daniels knew each other.
Well, we do have a picture of them together, so the president...
Well, it depends on what you mean by met her, right?
Okay, this is awkward. Rudy, when a man and a woman love each other very much, they exchange a special hug, and that makes a baby. And right after the woman has that baby, the man has an adult film actress spank him with a financial magazine. And that's what I mean by met. That's what met means. Go ask your father. Go ask your father. Because, remember, Trump had this affair with Stormy Daniels less than 4 months after Melania gave birth to their son. It's all, no, don't boo, this is very common. It's all covered in the prenatal handbook, what to expect when you're expecting your husband to sleep with a porn star. Yeah, get some sleep. Gotta get some sleep.
Get some sleep, huh?
Gotta get, when the baby sleeps, you sleep. When the subject turned to the actual payment to Stormy Daniels, Rudy's defense was size matters.
I know this sounds funny to people there at home. I never thought $130,000 was a real payment. It's a nuisance payment. $130,000 between a lawyer and a client, and a client who's worth, billions, is not, George, I don't like saying this, not a great deal of money. 1.3 million is a great deal of money. That's the kind of money you would think of as a settlement money.
Yeah. $130,000, you're lowballing her. Lowballing, by the way, one of the things she's not allowed to talk about. Rudy, fine family joke. But Rudy says, if you listen to that clip again, he says, Rudy says $1.3 million is the number you should be paid. So now we know how much it will cost to silence Giuliani, and Trump might have to do it, because this weekend, Giuliani screwed him hard. Of course, it's not easy, yeah. Very sex positive. Very sex. Of course, it's not easy lying for Donald Trump because Trump keeps changing his story. Remember, on Air Force One, Donald Trump said he had no idea Cohen paid off Stormy Daniels. But this weekend, we learned that people close to the president say Trump knew of the payment to Stormy Daniels months before he denied it. Okay, but maybe it's because when Trump has sex with people, he somehow forgets, which is a useful skill. I wish I could forget Donald Trump having sex with people. I just... Stephanopoulos tried to pin Giuliani down about what Trump knew and when Trump knew it.
So the president did know about this after the campaign.
I can't say that. I mean, at some point, yes, but it could have been recently. It could have been a while back. Those are the facts that we're still working on.
Yeah. Yeah. They're still working on it. Once they decide what they want those facts to be, they'll let you know. Meanwhile, facts. Facts. Meanwhile, Kellyanne Conway took a very different approach to a similar question with the Jake Tapper.
When the president said no on Air Force One, he was talking about he didn't know when the payment occurred. The president has said he didn't know it when it occurred, and that is the no on Air Force One. The no refers to no at the time the payment occurred.
So I think she's saying that in 2018, Trump knew, but he was answering in 2018 as if it were 2016 when he didn't know. Well, let me respond to that, not as current Stephen Colbert, but as the Stephen from before I saw that clip. I could not have a lower opinion of Kellyanne Conway. That's true now. Of course, Stormy Daniels isn't the only legal trouble that Donald Trump is in. There's also the Mueller investigation. And George asked Rudy Giuliani about that, too.
Are you confident the president will not take the fifth in this case?
Oh, how could I ever be confident of that?
Yes. What? What?
Hey.
Yeah, how could I ever be confident he's going to take the fifth? First, he'd have to divorce the third and the fourth.
Oh, my goodness.
You gotta... It's bad. It's bad, John. It's bad. Why do we pick on the man? Why do we pick on the man? Meanwhile, Trump also weighed in on the Mueller investigation, tweeting, "The Russia witch hunt is rapidly losing credibility. House Intelligence Committee found no collusion, coordination, or anything else with Russia. So now the probe says, okay, what else is there? How about obstruction for a made-up, phony crime? There is no O." Whoa. There is no O. So Trump and DJ Khaled have something in common. But of those two guys, I think only one of them is going down. Meanwhile, Ask your kids. Meanwhile,